Hey guys, welcome back to another session with me. Hopefully you found my other videos helpful, and hopefully this one will be no different. I was talking to one of the clients that I work with in my mastermind group, and they're extremely energetic. They have a lot of stuff going on, and yet what they're finding is that their profits were suffering. They're making a lot of sales, but their profits weren't kind of coming along with them. And when we really dove in and we looked at what was going on, why was such hard work not paying off to the bottom line, what really came to light was that this person was exceptionally busy, but not on the things that were going to generate the big ticket items. They were doing many little things. And you might have seen a video I've done in the past where I've talked about how if I didn't feel like I was working 80 hours a week, I didn't feel like I was successful. And that is so incredibly wrong. And I have been, again, reevaluating everything that I do in my business and finding a way to say only to focus on the stuff that's actually going to generate not only the big ticket items, making really great profits, margins of up to 90%, which is very exciting, but also to make sure that I'm not working ridiculous hours. So my goal is to work between 50 to 60 days a year, and to make literally an unlimited income. And the cool thing is not only have I figured out how to do this with my mastermind, I'm teaching other people how to do it. So I wanted to take you through an exercise that I have found exceptionally helpful for me and exceptionally helpful for people like the guy that I was telling you about. And it actually comes from that book that I've been babbling on about, The Millionaire Success Habit. So I'm not going to pretend that I came up with this. And this actually starts from Dan Sullivan, who is another mentor to a ton of the super successful individuals out there, and not just successful monetarily, which they all are. They're all like millionaire or billionaires, but people who have achieved that success in life. They're doing what they want to do. So it's called the Unique Ability Exercise. So Unique Ability Circle Exercise, and it's very straightforward. What you do is you itemize the things that you're doing in your business, right? So let's just go, we'll go and apply it to your business, but you can apply this to your personal life too. For today, we're talking about how to apply this to your business. And there are 4 categories. So I'll kind of hold it up there so you can see it. Whoop. So there's stuff that you're stink at. So stuff that you're just not good at. I'm not good at accounting or finances, so I have people do it for me, but more on that later. Okay, stuff that you're stinky at, things that you're good at, things that you're excellent at, and this cool thing in the middle, everything's kind of reversed for me here, is the unique ability, right? That is what you should be spending all of your time on. So what I really want you guys to do, which is what I did with this other client of mine, so I'm actually letting you a little tiny window of some of the things I do with my clients as part of my mastermind. I want you to go through and list out all the things that you do in your business. Just create a giant list of all the stuff that you do, whether it's paying your bills online, whether it is meetings you have with your team, marketing that you're conducting yourself, or sales that you're doing yourself, or I don't know, spreadsheets that you're keeping up, right? There's usually, for anyone who's running a business, a ton of things that you do in a day, or in a week, or in a month. And then what I want you to do is I want you to categorize them by these 4 categories. Is this something that you're really good at? That's your unique ability. Your unique ability is something that if you did that all day long, you would have the best life, but you're probably better at it than the average bear. Okay, so that's your unique ability. Then there's things that you're pretty good at. It's called excellent, right? So you can kind of rock and roll those. But there's also maybe a ton of other people who rock and roll at the same thing. And so maybe, it's not your unique ability, but you're still pretty good at it. Then there's this stuff you're like, you can qualify that as being good. And then there's stuff you just suck at, right? Like, I know what I suck at. And that was accounting before I got accountants and bookkeepers, and now I'm okay. But yeah, I think there's a reason I keep marrying finance guys. Anywho, my current husband is as if I'm going to cycle through a bunch of them. My husband is a wealth advisor. It's a damn good thing. Anyway, so once you have gone through this exercise, okay, what do you do with it? And what you do with it is really important. The stuff that you stink at, you absolutely get rid of it. And there's a bunch of different ways you can do that. You can entirely eliminate it, get rid of it. If it's not important, if it's not helping your business anyway, it's just there, it's a task, get rid of it. Often a lot of the tasks you put in here, you can't get rid of So can you delegate it? And you can either delegate it to someone in your team or you can hire it out, right? So I've got a digital marketing agency. A lot of people, they either hear me speak or they come to my training sessions or they watch videos like this. They're like, that sounds nice, but I don't want to do it. And so they outsource. Okay, so just make sure that if you are going to be outsourcing, it's like hiring. And one of my preferred ways of hiring, and I advise all of my clients in my mastermind about this, because hiring is the worst if you get it wrong, is try to get people as much as you can to get them to show you. So an example about that. I have a videographer client, and his biggest challenge is finding people who, believe it or not, just show up to work on time and then do good quality work. Obviously, that's the second one. And often what they show in their portfolio isn't what ends up happening in real life. And that's really, really frustrating. They've been cycling through people. So the idea that we talked about yesterday at this wonderful Italian restaurant, which is super yummy, is instead of getting someone to send them a portfolio, set up an actual day, or a half day, and I volunteered myself to be the guinea pig, and have someone there that you're videotaping, and anyone who wants the job shows up, and they have to tape this person, and they get the job based on the quality of the editing that they bring back, based on the raw material that they were given. That's a show me, and you can't fake that. Like, you literally can't fake it, because there's a timeline. So you'd say you do the video day on the Monday. All video submissions have to be made by midnight on Wednesday. And then literally he would take the top person and hire them, because they have proven, A, they showed up for the day, B, they did the editing, and C, it was a top quality. Whenever I was hiring for people on my team, that's what I did. I don't care about resumes. Anyone can BS their way through a resume. I was the queen of BSing both resumes and interviews. Not because I was lying, but you just know what people want to hear. And it's really easy, being the interviewee, to kind of fall into that trap. Okay, so if you're looking at the stuff in the outer part of the circle, and even the next one in, the stuff that you're good at, these two things you want to get rid of. Okay, the stinky and the good. Okay, you're not great at it, so delegate it or outsource it. And sometimes, depending on what it is, you can automate it. So an example in the book that I just read was that if you go online to pay your bills, and then you get sucked down, into Facebook, or you're wandering the net, and 20 minutes later you're like, oh, where was I? And where is my 20 minutes gone? That's extremely unproductive time. So automate your bill payments. Don't go online. And it's very, very simple for you to be able to take a simple task like that and just not have to worry about it anymore. You want to pay your bills on time, so pay your bills on time. You just don't have to go and do it yourself. So these are the kinds of things. So the client of mine who has gone through the process of going through these different steps, eliminating, automating, or delegating out the stinky, the good, they have done so much better, because they can focus on the two sort of inner circles, which are what they're really, really good at, and then their unique ability. And in time, because it's not something that can happen overnight, but in time, I'm going to be helping them to eliminate the step in that excellent circle too, because everything, true profitability and that feeling that you're doing exactly what you want to be doing comes when you're only focusing on your unique ability. That one thing that you do better than anyone else. You wake up in the morning and it gives you energy, right? So there's things you do that can give you energy and things you do that can take energy away. And so I hope you guys have found this really helpful. And I encourage you, again, make a list of all the things that you do and go through this, right? Sort of, there we go, better lighting now. Make your list, create the 4 categories. If you prefer visual, like stick them into a circle. And then just start saying, okay, what can I do to get rid of the things that I don't need to do anymore? And what can I do to really only focus on the things that are going to generate the most profit? There's many, many things you can do. And I think I did a video on this that will only generate pennies. Those are the things: eliminate, delegate, get rid of. Honestly, even if you're really, really good at them, get rid of them. They're not your big tickets, okay? What you want to do, this is just common sense. You want to do the least amount of work, right? But you want that least amount of work to be your best work, because that's what's going to generate the big profits. Okay, so Again, if ever you're interested in finding out more, you can always go to my website, rebeccamountain.ca. You can check out the program there. Just click on programs, or if you have questions, people have been messaging me privately, asking me about it. There's ways you can set up a call with me, lots of different ways you can find out. But above all, hopefully this one little exercise that I went through with my clients, again, that's a little secret window into what I do, and hopefully you found it helpful. And I look forward to sharing even more helpful stuff with you later. Have a good day, guys.